Hideyoshi Nagai, also known as a world-famous artist, a genre pioneer. Go Nagai. If you're a fan of super robots, magical girls, or a lot of what is stereotypically associated with Japanese animation, you should know this man. To be honest, I could go on and on about works he's inspired, how ahead of his time he is, and the controversy that followed him, or how he's managed to have a universal appeal that transcends age, gender, and nationality. But instead we're going to take a look at a game inspired by one of his most famous works, Mazinger. Mazinger follows the story of Koji Kabuto, a young 20-something, who's the grandson of famous Dr. Kabuto, a genius of robotics who's founded and experimented with the mysterious metal known as Super Alloy Z. The metal is found only in Japan's Mount Fuji, where the doctor has set his laboratory. Soon after, we learn about the sinister Dr. Hell and his mysterious second-in-command, Baron Ashura, a man with the face of both a man and a woman. The first order of business? To eradicate Dr. Kabuto, a job Dr. Hell failed at long ago. Suddenly, Baron Ashura and Dr. Hell's cyborg army descend upon Dr. Kabuto's lab. The doctor manages to retreat to a bomb shelter but is unable to escape a wreckage that cripples him under it. Koji hurries home to find his younger brother alright, but his grandfather is on his deathbed. It is now up to Koji Kabuto to pilot the unstoppable Mazinger Z, a force that can grant him the power of a god or a devil. The power to impose his will on anyone. From then on, it follows Koji and his allies as he grapples with the biomechanical monster army of Dr. Hell. The Genesis game follows a similar story, with mankind fleeing underground from God Kaiser Hell's Steel Mask army, and Dr. Kabuto creating the living armor Mazinger Z as humanity's last stand. This change is a lot nicer than the original work, where Koji actually destroyed Earth with Mazinger and woke up in Mars, taking it upon himself to protect Mars from aliens, to try and atone for fucking everything up. Art and animation in this game is one of the most fluid I've seen, as probably the studio's crowning achievement. Developer is Almaniac, which is the child of Technos Japan, the people responsible for Double Dragon and River City Ransom. So naturally, these guys have some 2D beat-em-up cred backing them up. Everything's fluid, there's a wide variety of enemies, and there's an intimidating excitement to it. It's that familiar side-scrolling 2D beat-em-up formula, but with just enough variety. There's also a pretty good variety of moves in your arsenal as Mazinger. No villain will go unpunched, stabbed, backhand, body slammed, or kicked. Practical? Fuck that, I'm the spiritual super armor Mazinger Z, and I'm a badass. Whereas the enemies menacingly Castlevania walk towards you, you're basically an Olympic ice skater with a sword. All stages are divided into 4 sections, and the 4th one being the holy shit who put a 2D fighter in my beat 'em up. Hey, yeah, this is a rare treat. This is what sets Mazin Saga apart from other games. That and 3 giant foot mini-bosses. Like, what the hell, guys? This is also an example, though, of an amazing idea that turned into poor execution. The fighting segments for this game are the brand new puppy you brought home and you're all excited to play with it and have, just life experience with it. Then the first thing it does is crap all over your carpet for the next month. Why couldn't they get this right? The game would be so much better if they did. It's not like there weren't shining examples for them to take inspiration from. The Guardian Legend, Contra, Blaster Master, even Blades of Steel. A hockey game got fighting down better than this. Actually, I take that back. The fighting's not that bad, it's just you're bad. And the enemies are really hard. It's that classic game AI where they don't react until you do a move, then they do a move that comes out quicker or takes priority over yours. If you don't know what I'm talking about, play Street Fighter 2 on the hardest difficulty. Here's why you suck though, and I'm going to use some fighting game terms, so bear with me. I'll explain them as I go. Every enemy outranges you. Their attacks chip and yours don't. The enemy has projectiles and you don't. You have a shitty jump arc, and this is more just a personal gripe, but there's a block button. The fights are long and grueling since you can't combo and your damage is minimal. Losing a round counts as a life towards your life's total, and when you come back, they're at full health again. If you somehow get through all the beat-em-up stages, you're in for a treat. This game goes straight up Mega Man on you and has you go through a gauntlet of all the bosses again. Fighting game segments only. Yep, with more health, harder hits, and even faster unblockables. This is of course after you fight a clone of yourself, which you have to fight again at the end of the gauntlet. After all this, it's the final showdown with Hellkaiser, a faster, stronger clone of the last boss, which you just fought a faster, stronger clone of, which is a faster, stronger clone of you. Actually, screw it, everything is faster and stronger than you. Why bother with whether it's a clone or not? After all your work, the credits roll and you stare off a cliff at an airship army deploying or something. Thanks to Mazin Z, the Earth regained peace, but the destroyed ecology of the Earth was never restored. So that's it? There was hardly any point to this? Earth wasn't even worth fighting for anyway? So that's what you get. A big Mazin goes screw yourself. Some real life spoilers, by the way. The sequel to this game never came, and Go Nagai is yet to have an official ending for the Mazin Saga series. Just like this video. Oh yeah, and real quick, the whole reason he got into comics was because he had severe diarrhea for 3 weeks and thought he was gonna die.